of Allah, the most beneficent and the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to PMDC online lecture room. I am Sayyida Varda Shah, lecturer English, Peshawar Model Degree College, Dalazak Road, Peshawar. Dear students, in this lecture we are going to discuss question answers of lesson from the Battle of Uhud. Question number 1. What was the composition of the army of the Quraysh that marched to Medina? The Quraysh of Makkah had faced a humiliating defeat by the Muslims in the Battle of Badr. To avenge their humiliating defeat, they assembled an army of 3,000 warriors, which led by Abu Sufyan. They also included a considerable number of women who sang songs to inspire the warriors. They were fully equipped with the latest war weapons and marched towards Medina with great hue and cry. Now question number 2. What in the opinion of the Holy Prophet ﷺ was the best course of action with regard to the strength of the enemy? Now in this question they are asking about the opinion of Holy Prophet. When the news of the enemy marching towards Medina reached to the Prophet ﷺ, he called a meeting. The meeting was called in order to define a proper course to fight. Majority of the Prophet's companions proposed to fight outside Medina. The Prophet ﷺ preferred to remain inside Medina and let the enemy besiege the city. The older people agreed with the Holy Prophet, but the younger one wanted to fight in open. Question number 3. What strategy did the Holy Prophet ﷺ have in mind when he thought of allowing the enemy to besiege Medina? Now they are asking about the strategy of Holy Prophet. So, the strategy suggested by the Holy Prophet ﷺ was to let the enemy encircle Medina. He explained that this will make the enemy dispersed in small troops and hence reduce their power. The Muslim warrior could easily attack the weakest troop. However, the War Council showed disagreement to the suggestion. They agreed to deal with the enemy outside Medina. Now question number 4. What were the two opinions regarding facing the army of Quraysh? Okay. Two opinions were argued during the War Council. The Prophet ﷺ was of the view to remain inside Medina to let the enemy encircle Medina. The companions of Holy Prophet ﷺ showed disagreement to this idea. They were of the opinion to fight the battle in the open outside Medina. So these were the two opinions regarding facing the army of Quraysh. Question number 5. What did the Holy Prophet ﷺ decide finally? Now in this question they are asking about the final decision made by Holy Prophet. Okay, the defensive strategy suggested by the Holy Prophet was the best in all circumstances, yet the War Council agreed to the idea suggested by the majority of the members. So the Holy Prophet too finally showed reverence to their suggestion, that was to meet enemy outside Medina. So finally they decide to meet enemy outside Medina. Question number 6. How did the Holy Prophet ﷺ arrange his army at Uhud in preparation for the battle? Now in this question they are asking about the arrangement of army. As we all know, the total number of Muslim army was 700. It was an art to organize a small army because the Uhud Mound was a great stretch of barren rock. The Prophet ﷺ commanded his warriors to occupy the rising ground. The band of archers were commanded to defend and support the main position from behind, and they were also instructed not to leave their post under any circumstances without the approval of Holy Prophet ﷺ. So this was the arrangement. Question number 7. What instructions did the Holy Prophet ﷺ give to the band of archers who were ordered to take up position on a mount? Now in this question they are asking about the instructions given by Holy Prophet to the band of archers. So the Holy Prophet ﷺ organized the Muslim warriors in such a skillful way that the enemy could not attack them with ease. A highly important position was occupied by a band of archers. They laid the strength of the Muslim warriors. The Holy Prophet ﷺ instructed them not to leave their post under any circumstances without his approval. Now question number 8. What did the archers do when they saw the enemy retreating in a defeat? The meaning of retreating is withdrawing or going back. Now they are asking about that what they have done, what archers have done when they saw the enemy going back. The band of archers was given the most important region of the battle, as we all know. They were strictly instructed not to leave their post without the permission of the Holy Prophet, but when a forceful counterattack of the Muslims broke the enemy's line, some of the archers left their positions to plunder the camp of the retreating Quraysh. This violation of the Holy Prophet's instruction proved fatal for the Muslims. Question number 9. What changed the course of the Battle of Uhud? In this question, they are asking about all the incidents that changed the course of the Battle of Uhud. So, the Quraysh tried their best to besiege the Muslims, but in vain. In a forceful counterattack, the Muslims broke the enemy's line. On seeing this, some archers left their positions to plunder the camp of the retreating Quraysh. This violation of Holy Prophet's instruction proved fatal for the Muslims. Now this was the major mistake that changed the course of the battle. Then Khalid bin Walid along with his warriors attacked the remaining archers and killed 10 of them. They occupied the central position of the battle. The Muslims were exposed to danger and the enemy attacked from the rear as well as from the front. The Muslims' defense shattered and many Muslims were martyred. Question number 10. What was the confusion regarding the companion who bore resemblance to the Holy Prophet ﷺ? Now they are asking about the confusion. That resemblance, okay. Now a companion named Musab bin Umar Razitala Anho had some physical resemblance with the Holy Prophet ﷺ. During an attack from the enemy, he was killed. The enemies confused him with the Prophet and started shouting that Muhammad ﷺ had been killed. Though he was safe, but rumors decreased the enthusiasm of the Muslim warriors. They felt that there had been no use fighting. So this was the confusion. Question number 11. Who took the wounded Holy Prophet ﷺ out of pit to a safer place? So the enemies had forcefully attacked the Muslims. They had almost broken the Muslim line. The Muslim got much more disturbed when the news of the killing of Prophet was heard. The Holy Prophet ﷺ was wounded. In actual, the Holy Prophet was wounded and he fell into a pit. Hazrat Ali Razitala Anho hurried to the position where the Holy Prophet had stationed. He saw the Prophet ﷺ lying in the pit and instantly took him out of the pit with the help of his companions, including Hazrat Abu Bakr Razitala Anho and Hazrat Umar Razitala Anho, and escorted him to the place which was comparatively safe. Okay, now question 12. Who did the Holy Prophet ﷺ charge to launch a counterattack? The Muslims fell weak when they heard the news of killing of Prophet ﷺ. They felt that the fight is useless and had almost abandoned to fight. When the Prophet ﷺ was found alive, it made Muslims regain their spirits and falsified the news. The Prophet ﷺ, on seeing the Muslim falling weak to fight, he charged Hazrat Ali to launch a counter attack. So the basic answer of question 11 and 12 is Hazrat Ali. Question number 13. Who did the Holy Prophet ﷺ send his own sword to continue fighting? So, Hazrat Ali Razi Ta'ala Anhu launched a fierce counter attack against the enemy. He was fighting with zeal and zest. While fighting, his sword broke. The Holy Prophet ﷺ sent him his own sword so that he may continue to fight with the same energy. Question number 14. What did Abu Sufyan boast about when leaving the battleground? Now they are asking about the words of Abu Sufyan while leaving the battleground. The Battle of Uhud ended in a draw battle, but Abu Sufyan explained with joy that the Quraysh had won the battle. So when Abu Sufyan was leaving the battleground, he boasted that the Quraysh had taken revenge from their defeat in the Battle of Badr. He also declared that the Quraysh would soon have another attack which would demolish the Muslims. Question number 15. How was the mistake of the archers a tactical mistake? The band of archers was posted on highly important position. As we all know that the band of archers were posted on highly important position. They were meant to support the main place and to prevent the backside attack. They left their positions and thought that the battle was over, even though they were strictly instructed not to leave their positions. So they have made a tactical mistake and exposed their warriors. And if they had not made that mistake, the Muslim would have gotten a victory. So that's why it was a tactical mistake. Now question number 16. What did the companions of the Holy Prophet ﷺ learn from the Battle of Uhud? Now, it is a general belief to follow the instructions of the leader. The Muslims had lost so many lives for not obeying their leader's instructions. However, the Muslim learned an invaluable lesson from this experience. They learned that they shall never disobey the instructions of their leader in the future. Question number 17. How was the Battle of Uhud an extension of the Battle of Badr? The Battle of Uhud was an extension of the Battle of Badr because hypocrites were badly defeated by Muslims in the Battle of Badr. Suffering under the dishonor of their humiliating defeat, they marched to Medina with a well-equipped army to avenge the Muslims. The force of hypocrites, Quraysh, was fully equipped with war weapons, and they were confident that this time they would win and teach the Muslims a lesson. Question number 18. Why is the Battle of Uhud called the drawn battle? The Battle of Uhud is called a drawn battle because the Quraysh could gain no booty and no Muslims were made captive. Many Muslims were martyred, but the rate of casualties was lower in Muslims as compared to Quraysh. For a long time being, the Quraysh had an upper hand on the Muslims. But when Hazrat Ali took charge, the scenario changed. Otherwise, the battle would have ended in the annihilation of the Muslim army. That's why the Battle of Uhud called the drawn battle. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.